admittedly, I probably watched most of it during the first months of quarantine. Unabashedly and shamelessly binging like season 1 and 2 and 3. And now season 4, I feel like I finally have that crystallization of participating in watching a modern classic unfolding and everyone actually participating on a weekly basis.
2013, so that would be 8 years.
A lot this past year, honestly, but I got into it really quickly. Honestly, really sad. I don't want to think about it. Yeah, like how instead of at the end of the episode it will take to be continued. I don't want that. Yeah, I'm kind of upset about it, but it's really good for what it is.
I couldn't stop watching. And then as soon as the anime ended, I was like, well, I need more. So I jumped into the manga.
I think it was season 3, because that's when they got into the basement. Okay. So that was the part that made me want to see season 3. The fact that they were able to get into the basement, and I was like, holy shit, I need to see it. And that was like the biggest mystery of the whole series. I feel like that's what really captivated people, because the first 2 seasons, they were struggling to get into the basement, and now that they finally managed to get into the basement, it just makes everything so much better.
I think season 3 part 2, I was fully invested and it just did not stop letting me.
This one, because the story only kept getting better, and we're finally at the point where I wanted to really see.
I'm really excited about the final season. Just watching, I know, knowing what happens, getting the other side, knowing what's outside of the wall.
Oh, of course, the people of Paradies, man. I've seen the 3 seasons. That's what it is. We've seen how they've gone through all the failures and the troubles that they had to go through against the Marleans. So screw the Marleans. They gotta get destroyed. Eren is doing it because he has suffered through a lot, and I get it. His people have been destroyed. He lost family. He lost loved ones. So it's really sad that he lost everything. So I get it. But on the other side, his actions are not. It's kind of iffy. Like it's yes or no. So, yeah.
Team Eren. I think I know what he's doing, and he wants to get revenge back to what happened. So I can't really blame him. He has the power to do it, so might as well.
From the outside looking in, yes, since we follow them all the way, it's clearly justified for what they're doing. So there's perspective, there's point of view to this. Well, they did attack the wall, and they didn't have to do that. All this to get the Titans, all this for war because they wanted power. It's clearly justified. Everyone lost his mom, like the whole wall rose. They got breached. A lot of people died, scouts.
No, I'm not root. I want to say I don't want to root for either, because I want both to come out alive. But I kind of like seeing the Paradies people giving it back to Marlene. Yeah. So for now, I'm cheering for Paradies.
I don't really know the motivations of everyone just yet. What I do know is that most people in the Survey Corps are like, good people. I'm not really sure what Eren or Zeke actually intends on doing, so I guess I can't say wholeheartedly.
To be honest, I don't know, because it's like, you can see the point of view of both of them, so like you kind of understand why they're fighting, but then you're also confused as to why they're fighting. Like to me, I'm kind of confused as to why, but like I know why. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Eren's father's name is Grisha, correct? Yeah, I don't really know what he was doing, like he basically took the power of the Founding Titan, right? And I don't really understand necessarily why he did that. I don't understand what he would have intended on happening ultimately. So I guess that, and along with the other like 200 things that I'm wondering about.
At this point, I kind of got all my answers. Now it's just a matter of what's going to happen.
Yeah, I just want to know how it ends. I think that's the biggest mystery, is how the show's gonna end. There's so many things that are still being revealed, so many questions that people still have. So that's the biggest mystery.
There's like a forest in the island that's full of gigantic trees, and like it doesn't repeat in anywhere else in the island layout. So like, what's the deal with these giant Titan trees? I think that was, and like the other one that's kind of uncovered, like it was just a Founding Titan. I think that one was like a really cool mystery, but I still don't know what's up with that forest. For some reason, the trees are giant. and they don't explain why, or he probably doesn't want to explain why.
I really want to know why Zeke switched sides, like all of a sudden. I was just kind of crazy because I remember when he was on the airship, he was like just chilling there, and I was like, wait, why? And then I'm hoping they like explain it in detail.
So I just want to know like the difference between how the people in like Marley were raised, and in contrast to like the people like Aaron and like Mikasa and like Armin, how they were all raised on the island. Oh, what's his name? Zeke. What? Like, I don't know what's going on with that, and I want to know what's going on with that.
Attack on Titan came into my life at a very, very strange time. Kind of had a void that was not filled. Came in and filled that void, and it really just connected with me. It was a story that I'd never seen before, never kind of read before, and it always made me, you know, I always wanted more. It makes me very happy. Attack on Titan makes me very happy. I think it filled a demand that no one knew was there. It didn't have a long history like One Piece or Dragon Ball. It was something that everyone could just get into, you know, from the start. It was fresh.
For me, it means a lot. I think Attack on Titan is the greatest of all time because it has a lot of like emotion, a lot of great music, a lot of like development in characters that nobody cared from the beginning. It has everything that everybody wants from any other show. Action, you know, emotion, thriller, suspense, everything that you could ask for. So yeah, it means a lot to me.
I think it also just is one of those ones that just started off really strong. A lot of anime it's hard to really get into in the beginning, but the first episode of Attack on Titan, it gives you this idea. You know what the characters are about, you know what their motivation is, and also it's just not like anything anyone's probably ever seen in animation before. So, and that's why a lot of us gravitated to anime. Very few series I think I still have the love for that I did when I was younger. So that's I think the most special thing about it to me, the fact that I just was able to keep me a fan in spite of the time I got into it. And it still pleases both me today and me back then.
It was one of the first anime that I watched. I followed all the way since I was a kid. I met a lot of people talking about the anime, right? Before anime was mainstream, when you got made fun of watching it, me and some of my friends, that's how we met each other, you know, talking to Attack on Titan.